Okay, so we'll continue from where we left in the first class. So we discussed about the introduction part, like what is CMS. Okay, CMS is a tool or it is a software using which you can create the website and manage the content of your website dynamically. So there are a lot of CMSs are there in the market. Like we have WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, CrownPeak, 3DM, AEM, Sitecore, right? Then why everyone is preferring AEM? Okay. So when I say everyone, it means all the customers are preferring AEM, all the content authors are preferring AEM, developers are preferring AEM. Why customers are preferring AEM? Because AEM is a tool of Adobe Marketing Cloud. Product name is Adobe Marketing Cloud. It is having number of tools inside that. AEM is one of them. Like AEM, we have tools like Adobe Target, Adobe Analytics, Adobe Audience Manager, Adobe Campaign. So number of tools are there in Adobe Marketing Cloud. When customer buys Adobe Marketing Cloud, they get all the tools. So using AEM, they can create the website, they can manage the content of the website. Using Adobe Campaign, they can show the advertisements, newsletters, promotions on their pages. Using Adobe Target, Adobe Analytics, they can implement personalization. So Adobe Marketing Cloud provides a complete solution to launch on a revenue generating website. Okay. So instead of reaching out different vendors for different tools, when customer buys Adobe Marketing Cloud, they will get everything in one package to create one revenue generating website. So that is the reason all the customers are preferring AEM. Why content authors are preferring? So content authors are the persons who are going to manage the content of your website. Why they are preferring AEM? AEM provides a very flexible and friendly environment to manage the content of your website. Okay, so for example, on a page, if you want to add a new image, new text, title, very easily you can do it. Okay, if it is some other CMS, it will be a hectic task for the content authors. So yeah, for that reason only, all the content authors are preferring AEM. Okay, then developers are also preferring AEM. Why developers are preferring AEM? AEM is easy to learn, first thing. Second, AEM provides one sample web application for us, sample website. If I want to develop my website, I can refer how things are done in that sample website. I can refer that. I can reuse that also. And AEM provides a lot of inbuilt APIs, libraries for developing templates, components, and all. So that is the reason all the developers are also preferring AEM. So that is the reason why AEM is in demand in the market. Instead of going for some other CMS, all the customers wants to develop their website using AEM. Okay. Then we discussed about author instance and publish instance. So author instance is a platform where your website will be created. All the internal users means developers, content authors, testers, administrators, they have access to the author instance. They work together to create the website. Developer will develop templates, components, authoring interfaces, Java classes, JavaScript, all those things. Where in author instance. Once a developer develops a template, content author will use it to create pages. Okay. Now he created some pages. The pages are blank, empty. Content author wants to show some content on the pages. So he need components. Developer will develop components. For image, there is a component. Text, there is a component. Title, there is a component. So developer will develop all those things. Content author will use those components to show content on your page. Developer developed image component. Content author will use that image component on a page to show an image. Developer developed that title component. Content author will use that title component to show a title on your page. Okay. So now All the internal users work together in your author instance to create the website. So in your author instance, your complete website, its pages, everything is created. Author instance is only accessible by the um, internal users. Now you want to expose your website to the end users like us. When the end users type the URL in the browser, they should be able to see your website, the pages of your website. So you have to publish whatever we created in author instance, we have to publish everything to the publish instance. So publish instance can be accessed by the end users. Okay. Now, for example, I'll open one website. Whatever I see on this page, okay, everything coming from publish instance. Okay, so I'm an end user. I type the URL ndtv.com. The page opened. I can see some content, some image, text, title, and all. So all those things are coming from publish instance. Okay. Actually, this page was created in author instance, then published. After that, it was available for the end users to see the content. Okay. So any page, I'll go to another page. Yes. So whatever I see here, everything come from publish instance. This page was initially created in author instance, then published. After that, it was available for the end users. Okay, so end users can see the content, can see the website which is coming from your publish instance. Okay. So publish instance just like a container. And if you want to do some changes in publish instance, for example, I want to change this image and this text in publish instance. First, I have to do that change in author instance, then publish it. After that, it will be available in our publish instance. Okay. Right. So this is all about author instance and publish instance. So any questions, doubts till now?
So, Bismal, uh, in the previous slide, it says author and publish runs on different port numbers. What
Correct.
does that mean?
So these are two different platforms, right? Author instance is one platform, publish instance is another platform. So, when one application runs in a system, we have to open a port for that. Okay, any application. So even if you run one application in a Tomcat server, 8080 port is open. So for similarly for AEM, we have two instances, author and publish, right? So usually author instance runs on port number 4502, publish instance runs on port number 4503. If this port number 4502 is occupied by some other application, then I can run my author instance in port number 7502, 8502. Okay. So we need a port number on which our instance or application will run. Okay. So in one port, we cannot run two applications. So author instance runs on 4502, publish instance runs on 4503. Okay.
Okay, yeah, yeah, thanks.
Right. So now we'll see how the content flows from the content authors to the end users. Okay. So end users like us, we are browsing the website. We'll open our browser and type ndtv.com, google.com. So we are the end users. We are the consumers of the content. Okay. Authors, these are the people who are going to create the content for us. So how the content flows from the content authors to the end users. Okay. So as we discussed, we can have multiple environments in any project, not only in AEM, in any project. We have dev environment, QA, UAT, prod, right? Multiple environments are there. If it is AEM project, for every environment, we have author instance and publish instance. For example, prod environment. We have prod author instance and prod publish instance. So whatever content I want to show in my live website, that will be authored in the prod author instance. Then it will be published. After that, it will go to prod publish instance. Then end users can browse it. Okay. Let's say in my project, we have a prod instance. In my prod instance, in my prod environment, I have author instance, I have publish instance. There are four content authors are there in my project. Okay. These are the prod content authors. In the live side, they are authoring the content. Content author A, B, C, and D. In my project, four content authors are there, and this is my author instance. Now all the content authors will access this author instance. Okay. So how they'll access? Simply they will type your domain name colon 4502 something something. Then they will access the author instance. Now content author A created some 20 pages in author instance and added some content on those pages. B created 5 pages, added the content on those pages. C created some more pages. D created some more pages. They all together created 40 pages in author instance and they added some content on those pages. So 40 pages are created by the four content authors in the author instance. Why we created those 40 pages? We want to show those 40 pages to the end users. The end users should be able to access them. So I have to publish all the 40 pages. Whatever we created, everything needs to be published to your publish instance. You can have a single publish instance or multiple publish instances. Okay, based on the traffic, based on the number of users. If your website is having lots of users, like Amazon.com, any e-commerce website, right? Lots of users are there. Then you need multiple publish instances. Or you can have a single publish instance also. Let's say your website is having some internal users, 100 users, 1000 users, something like that. Then you can have only one publish instance. So all the pages, whatever we created in author instance, we'll publish those pages to publish instance. If you have a single publish instance, it will go to all the 40 pages will go to that instance. If you have, let's say, multiple publish instances, then we have to publish all the 40 pages to all publish instances so that all publish instances will have the same content. Okay. Now, contents created here. Now it is published. Published means it is available for the end users. End users can access that. Now, these are the end users A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, so on. So, end user type the URL in the browser, google.com or amazon.com. What will happen? You type the URL amazon.com, press enter. One request will be created. That request will hit the publish instance to get the content, get the page and its content. But before it hits the publish instance, it will hit the web server. Okay. In every web application, we have concept of web server and application server, right? So this publish instance runs on our application server. This is our application server. Every request first will hit the web server. Not only in AEM application, take any application, Java application, .NET application, we have web server, application server. First your request will hit the web server. So here also same thing. So here our request will hit the web server. And we are using different web servers, Apache web server, in some cases, some other web server, um, some Microsoft servers are there. Okay. So our request hit this web server. Now in this web server, there is a tool called dispatcher is running. So what is dispatcher? Dispatcher is another instance of AEM. Author instance, publish instance, and dispatcher. Or sometimes we call it as another tool. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. So dispatcher is running on this web server. So our request, whatever we typed amazon.com, gold.com, request is created, it hit the web server. Now dispatcher is running here. Dispatcher will take that request. Okay. Dispatcher will take that request and it will redirect that request to publish instance. Okay. It will redirect that request to publish instance. For example, you type the home ndtv.com. The dispatcher will send that request to publish instance. It will fetch the content of ndtv.com homepage and it will show that content to the end users. So at the same time, dispatcher will do caching and load balancing. Okay, so what does it mean? So you typed amazon.com, request hits the web server, dispatcher will redirect that request to publish instance. It retrieves the content for that page and um, I mean, retrieves everything for that page. Okay, then it stores the static HTML content in a temporary storage device. It may be your hard disk, it may be your RAM. It will store the static HTML content of that page, which dispatcher will store. Okay. So it retrieves the content of ndtv.com homepage. Whatever static HTML content there, it will store it in a temporary storage device, and it will show all whatever content it retrieved. It will show everything to the end users. Let's the same end user refresh the page after 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Request will hit the web server again. Dispatcher is running there. Dispatcher will redirect that request to publish instance. But this time it will not extract everything from publish instance. It will not retrieve everything from publish instance. It will retrieve only the changed content from the publish instance. And rest of the HTML, static HTML content, it will retrieve from the temporary storage device where it stored when the page loaded for the first time. Okay. And this mechanism is called as caching. Static HTML will be delivered from the temporary storage device and the changed content will be delivered from your application server, that is your publish instance. So instead of hitting your publish instance for each and every content, we are only hitting the publish instance only for the changed content, and rest of the static HTML will be retrieved from the temporary storage device. So in this way your page will load fast, and this mechanism is called as caching. Dispatcher is responsible for caching. So in dispatcher, we have some configurations files. Okay. So there we define what all things we need to cache, how the caching will happen. Now in the caching, the cache will be flushed. So those things can be configured in dispatcher. So based on that configuration file, dispatcher works. Okay. So dispatcher is responsible for caching and load balancing. What is load balancing then? So caching we understood. It stores the starting content and whenever required, it will retrieve from the temporary storage device so that your page will load fast. Then what is load balancing? So your website can have lot of customers, lot of users, right? For example, Amazon.com. Lakhs of users are there. At a time, let's say some 10,000 users trying to do some transaction with Amazon.com. So 10,000 users browsing the website. Thousands of requests got created. All the requests will hit the web server. Now dispatcher is running there. Dispatcher will take all the requests and redirect all the thousands of requests to the publish instance. If you have only one publish instance, then all the requests will hit your single publish instance and that will make your instance very slow, or it may crash that instance also. So what Amazon will do now? They will launch multiple publish instances. 10 publish instances launched. Okay. So now thousands request again came. Okay. Same scenario, thousands of users are browsing Amazon.com, thousands of requests got created. Now dispatcher will do load balancing. It will distribute the load among different publish instances. It will redirect first 100 users to publish A, next 100 to publish B, next 100 users to publish C, next 100 to publish D. So it will distribute the load among different publish instances so that your page will load very fast. Your instance will work fast. Earlier, we had only one publish instance. It was unable to serve your lot of requests. So multiple publish instances launched. So now dispatcher will redirect the request, distribute the load among different publish instances. Okay, so that your instance will work properly and it will show the content. The content will load very fast on your pages. Okay, so this mechanism is called as load balancing. Again, load balance is also defined in that configuration file. So how many publish instances will be there? What are the domain names? So everything will be defined in dispatcher configuration file. So based on that configuration, dispatch will work. Okay. So your contents are created by the content authors in your author instance. They created the pages, added the content and published it. If you have a single publish instance, they will publish to that instance. If you have multiple instances, they will publish to all the publish instances. Okay. Now end users type the URL. A request got created. Request will hit the web server. Okay, in dispatcher will be running there. Dispatcher will do caching and load balancing, retrieves the content from publish instance and shows the content to the end user. This is how the content flows from the content authors to the end users in any AEM project. Any questions, doubts?
No, Biswal. No questions.
Okay, fine. Just give a minute. Go to the next slide. Give a minute, I will be back. Okay, fine. So if you don't have any questions, you don't. So now we'll discuss about templates and components. What is template? What is component? Okay. Sometime back I told you developer will develop the template. Content author will use that template to create pages. In AEM, to create a page, we need a template. One template can be used to create multiple pages. Okay. So what is template? Let's go to the same website again. Okay. So observe this page. Okay. Like a developer, not like an end user. So what all things are there on this page? So you can see on this page, there is a logo, navigation bar. This is actually your header. In the header, you will find logo, navigation bar, and another top navigation bar is there. Then this is your left panel. In left panel, you will find a big image, some title. This is your right panel. In right panel, you can see some advertisement, some text. Okay. So this is your body. In body, you can see some small images, videos, some text and all. Then there will be a footer. So what all things are there in this page? You have header, footer, left panel, right panel, and body. Header background is gray color. Body background is white color, right? Then width of your left panel is more than right panel. So this is the markup or layout of this page. So template is nothing. It is the markup or layout to create a page. Okay. So I'll open one more page. So compare this page with the previous page. In this page, you'll find header. In previous page also you saw the header. The headers are identical. In this page, you will find the left panel. But if you compare this left panel with the previous page left panel, you will find both are different. The left panel of your previous page was width was more, but here left panel is narrow. Body is different. If there is a narrow body in the previous page, here the body is more width. Width is more. Then we have a right panel. So it is also having different layout. So if you compare the layout or markup of this page with the previous page, we'll find both are different. Okay. It means previous page is created using a different template and this page is created using a different template. Okay. So templates are used to create the pages. Developer develop the templates. Okay. So templates provide the markups or layouts to create the page. Pages which are having similar kind of layout, similar kind of markup can be created using a single template. For example, in your website, you have a page, terms and condition page, another page, privacy policy page, about us page, contact us page. In all those pages, we display header, footer, and in body, we display terms and condition 1, 2, 3. In the privacy policy page, header, footer, in body we display privacy policy 1, privacy policy 2. Contact us page, header, footer, in body we display address 1, address 2, address 3. So in all those pages, we display header, footer, and in body we display some text. It means all the four pages are having similar kind of layout or markup. Or I can create a single template to create all these four pages. One template can be used to create multiple pages. If your website is having 200 pages, 300 pages, you can create some 15 to 20 templates. Okay. So it doesn't mean that 200 pages means you are going to create 200 templates. No. Templates are reusable. One template can be used to create multiple pages. Using template A, you can create 20 pages. Using template B, you can create 10 pages. Template C, you can create some 5 pages. Okay. So 15 to 20 templates will be created if your website is having 200 to 300 pages. Okay, the developer will create them. Content author will use those templates to create the pages. Now pages are created. On the pages, he wants to show some images, text, video, and all. So he needs components. Okay, so what is a component? Components are reusable functional blocks. Templates are layouts or markups to create a page. Components are reusable functional blocks. Okay, which can be used by the content authors to show content on your pages. For example, logo. So in header, you can see logo. Logo is a component. Component is reusable. Logo is reusable. It means I can use this logo in this page as well as in 100 other pages or in the same page at multiple places. So it is reusable and it is having some functionality. If I click on this logo image, it will take me to the home page of my website. Okay. So this is the functionality of logo component. So components are reusable functional blocks. Okay. So logo is a component. This navigation bar is a component. This image is a component. Title is a component. Video is a component. So all the components are developed by the developers. Content authors will drag and drop the components on your pages to show the content. Content author will drag and drop the image component on your page to show an image. He'll drag and drop the title component on your page to show a title. Okay, so if you see this image, this is your template. Okay, so when you create a template, in your template, only placeholders will be there. Placeholder means empty spaces. Okay, so in my template, I have a placeholder for header, I have a placeholder for footer, body, and right panel. I can have another placeholder for left panel also. Okay, so when you create pages using this template, on your page also you'll find those placeholders. You'll find empty space for header in your on your page. You'll find another empty space in the footer. In the header empty space header placeholder, you'll drag and drop logo component. You'll drag and drop navigation bar component. Okay, so when you create any template, your template will have only placeholders, and when you create pages using the template, those placeholders will be there on the pages, and in those placeholders content author will drag and drop the components to show content on the pages. Okay, so going forward we'll create a lot of templates components, so that time you'll have a good idea in this, but for the time being you just understand templates are markups or layouts to create your pages, and components are reusable functional blocks. Templates are used to create pages, components are used to show content on your pages. Both are developed by the developer, used by the content authors. Okay, any questions, doubts on this? Templates, components? No doubt, huh?
Like the front-end developer develop the page and the AEM developer make the templates and components and give it make in author environment and then publish
No,
it.
no, no,
Am I
no,
know?
no. So in any AEM project, we have two types of developers. UI developer or front-end developer, and core developer or AEM developer. Okay. So what the
Okay.
front-end developer will do? They will write CSS classes, JavaScripts.
Mhm.
They will create HTML markup like any other web application. Here also in AEM also, front-end developers will create JS, CSS, HTML markup, those things. Okay. Now
Mhm.
AEM developer will create the template. In your template, I told you are going to show the placeholders. One placeholder will be header, another place will be placeholder for footer, another for left panel, right panel. So how will create those placeholders? What will be the width of your header placeholder? What will be the width and height of your footer placeholder? So those CSS classes will be created by your UI developer, and the AEM developer will use those CSS classes in your template. Div tags are there, right? So you have to apply the CSS classes to those div tags so that the width, the height, position of your placeholders can be decided. Okay. So here UI developer is not going to create pages, or AEM developer is not going to create the pages. We have content authors are there. Okay. Content authors will create the pages. The AEM developer will develop templates. Content author will use a template to create a page. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But UI developer will write CSS, JS, and HTML markup. They are not AEM developers. They are not going to create templates component. But if they know, they can create it. But this is not their primary job. Okay, they will work with JS, CSS, and all. So in any AEM project, you have 10 AEM developers. You should have at least 5 UI developers. Okay. Then based on the number of pages of your website, you will have number of content authors. Your website is having 500 pages. Then you can hire some 5 content authors, 6 content authors. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, do we need to have the knowledge of JS and CSS also, Biswal?
See,
Because how
if you
to
want
use
to,
classes and yeah.
yeah, got your question. If you want to be a full stack developer in AEM, so you need to know CSS, JS, HTML, and everything. But if you want to just do some bug fixing and all, some primary knowledge of JS and CSS is required for that, and debugging skill. Okay. So as a AEM developer, you don't need JS and CSS, but sometimes instead of asking the UI developer again and again, taking the help of UI developer again and again, if you have some knowledge, then from your end you can debug the things and all. Otherwise, UI developers are always there in your team, they will help you. But it will add quality. I mean, if you know JS and CSS, it will give you some added advantage. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Biswal. Got it.
Okay, fine. So see for the day. So get in touch with Srinivas and Sampath, enroll yourself, and next class we are going to the installation. So I guess I'll share the installable with one of the guy today. And once I get confirmation from Srinivas, I'll share the installables with all of you, and we'll do the installation in the next class. Fine. Any other questions?
Okay. Yeah. So we'll get the recordings and everything by the mail, right?
You'll get
There's a meeting recording, the class recording.
yeah, we'll get Google Drive link. So every day it will be uploaded there. You can just go there and check.
Okay. Yeah. Great. All right then.
Okay, fine, guys. So if you don't have any questions, just we'll wind it up here. And I'll request you to get in touch with Srinivas and Sampath, do the enrollment, and we'll do the installation in the next class. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Biswal. Thank you.